Silent airwaves greeted their ears as he flicked from one station to the next, searching for one that was still on the air. Kaiko steered the car around the worst of the potholes and divots in the road. She managed to keep the cars shaking at bay as he continued the search for a radio station. "This is Zombie Talk. All zombies all the time." A deep, melodic voice came in through the speakers.
"I never agreed to that name. Besides, they aren't zombies. They're still alive."
The station's female co-host interjected angrily. "Not what I was expecting to find," Chris muttered, pulling his hand back from the screen. "Oh, get over it. This is no time to be PC about the situation. They are out there eating people. Doesn't matter if their favorite delicacy is brains or hearts," the male host continued before she could say anything. "In any case, I'm more concerned about what the government is doing about the situation. After several days of no movement on their part, suddenly we're seeing the military being deployed all across the country." The female scoffed.
"Fat lot of good is going to do us. Have you seen the state of the country?"
"Of course I haven't. Neither have you. We've both been trapped inside the studio since this began." He coughed. By the way, I finished off the last of the chips for breakfast this morning."
"That was the last of our food!" she screamed.
"I know, but you could stand to lose some weight. Now back to the matter of the government and military." Chris inhaled sharply at that. "Oh, she's going to kill him for that." The sound of a loud slap echoed through the car speakers, followed by an angry growl. "Fine. We'll discuss this later when we aren't on the air. As you were saying before, after days of no word or visible movements, the people in charge of the country have begun to move." The car slowed as they pulled onto the main road, and the collapsed bodies of sick Ridden began to appear. "Are they going to tell us anything useful?" "Certainly doesn't sound like they know any more than us at this point. They must have some way of getting information, though." He turned the volume back up on the radio. "There are so many bodies today." Kaiko nodded but didn't say anything, her eyes tracking across the bodies. Swollen, distended stomachs bulged obscenely as the mixture of raw meat and blood interacted with a digestive system not made to handle it. "Reports have come in from our network of handheld radio enthusiasts. It seems as though initial predictions of the apocalypse were somewhat exaggerated."
"Say that again after you come back from getting us more food," the woman sniped.
"I'm not saying it isn't dangerous," he clarified without missing a beat. "We all know it is. What it isn't, however, is unmanageable. According to all the accounts that we've received, the bulk of these bug-infected people are slow and uncoordinated. It's a relatively easy matter to escape from them. Unless you are unlucky enough to meet one of the faster, more coherent zombies. Then it's simply a matter of staying alert."
"The real question is, how many people have survived to this point? One of the last news reports I saw, they were talking about how 60 or 70% of people had become infected. Now, the problem I have with that, number one, is how quickly they put it together, and two, what are they counting as infected? I think I can say with some confidence at this point that everyone who is still coherent has at least one bump on their chest above their heart. Were they counting us as infected as well?"